welcome to ABC Gluten Free. I'm your host, Dana. This is my helper, Sophia. As you can see, we're missing part of our crew today. He's off gallivanting in Ireland. So shout out to Jeremiah. We miss you, right, Sophia? Hi, Bubby. We miss you. And a shout out to our friend Ariana, who was supposed to be here with us today, but unfortunately she wasn't feeling well. So we prayed for her, and we hope that she's feeling better very soon, as in like right now soon, right? But we have a great show planned for you today. No, it's got to boil. We have a wonderful show planned for you today, and we're making something very special that we have. Go ahead, what are we making?
Pretzels.
Cow down, not me.
Pretzels.
Making pretzels today. Now we're making pretzels that are gluten-free, dairy-free, vegan, and egg-free, and soy-free, and nut-free, and all kinds of free, but not flavor-free. So we want you to remember that. Or what?
Or money-free.
Money-free? Yeah, I guess it's going to cost you a little bit of money to make the dough, right? You got to make the dough to make the dough. So you're making the dough today. Did you get what I said?
I'm not making
You got to make the dough to make the dough.
I'm not making the dough. I'm making it.
You're making the dough. So we're going to actually make the dough for you, and we're going to show you how a typical pretzel would be made, even if it was in a high industry, you know, if a regular concession supply store would make a pretzel. This is how you would make it. On our stand at the boardwalk, we used to have pretzels, and it was just so nice to get a hot pretzel when you're walking on the boardwalk. And obviously, once you go gluten-free, not really going to be able to do that. So we're going to show you how you can make your own, and if you wanted to, you can make your pretzel and then take it with you and go for a walk on the boardwalk with your date or your friends or your spouse or whatever. So we're going to show you the basic of the dough. Okay, so get your dough ready, get your pen and paper ready. We're going to give you the recipe, and we hope you guys BYON, right?
Bring your napkin.
Oh, and today we're using our napkins in honor of Jeremiah being gone. We're using our Ballymaloe napkins. These are our napkins from Ballymaloe that we got when we were in Ireland. It's just water. No, it's not. Oh, that's okay. I don't care. These are old. These are about 10 years old, these napkins, but we've kept them, and they're from the Ballymaloe house. And they say on Walton and Company, it looks like. Does that say Walton? Or Walton and Company, Castle. See that? We had a beautiful lunch at Ballymaloe house. It was incredible. My in-laws took us all over and showed us where they grew up and where their family is and where their farms were and all this kind of stuff, and it was amazing. But we had one of the best lunches ever in my life at this place. So we're going to use our napkins today, so we hope you guys BYON, right? So all right, so let's get started on this batter, this dough. We want to get you started on how you really need to make a pretzel dough, right? Pretzel dough. So the first thing that you have to get started on is the blooming of the yeast. So you want to bloom your yeast first because you don't want to put all your ingredients in the bowl, mix it all together, and then find out that your yeast was bad. Now, if your yeast is bad, you have to basically throw away everything, or you can make crackers out of it, I guess, because it's not going to rise up or anything like that. But you want your yeast to bloom. So we have a blooming yeast right here. I don't know if you can see that foam. No, why? You can see that foam in there. We actually have yeast, water, maple syrup, and we have a little bit of olive oil. It's fun to touch. Is it really? Why are you so tall?
Because I'm on the step stool.
Maybe you don't need a step stool anymore. She's getting too big. What do you guys think? You think she needs a step stool or no? Let's see. Thumbs up or thumbs down for step stool, and we will collaborate and ponder on that for the next show. How about that?
Yeah.
Do you want to say hi to Ariana because she might be watching?
Hi, Ariana.
Yeah, that's it. You guys had a good time yesterday. We hope that nothing that happened here made you unhealthy or unwell, but we don't think so, right? Hopefully you're feeling better by now. All right, so back to our dough. So we have our yeast, water, oil, and maple syrup in there. Now what we're going to do
is there sugar in there too?
Maple syrup.
Ooh, that's the yeast. That's cool. Sorry.
The yeast is alive.
Look, it feels like sand.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to do like a cap full of apple cider vinegar. You dump that in there. Now, I can't forget the salt. Lately, I've been forgetting the salt and everything since we have a little bit of a sodium challenge here, but I don't want to forget the salt today. So we don't want to put the salt by the yeast because that might retard the process of it rising. So we're going to put the salt in last. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure out 2 cups of flour, gluten-free flour. I'm going to measure like my grandma did. Alright, so 2 cups of gluten-free flour. I'm going to use my mixer for this. I know you guys probably can't see that really, but I'll try to tilt it your way so you can see. I'm using my mixer for this just because it's easier, it saves a lot of time. If you have a food processor, you can do that. Or if you don't, do it in the bowl and just keep working it until you work. No, do not do that. Alright, so what, no, I said no. Don't touch. No touch. No touching. So I'm going to take this mixture and I'm going to dump it right into where the flour is. That's our oven saying, I'm ready, I'm ready. And then I'm going to take, what, Sophia?
It's hungry.
It's hungry for food, like your belly? No? Alright, I'm going to keep this bowl because I'm going to use this for my dough. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to mix it a little bit, then I'm going to add the salt. And I'm going to add about a cup to a cup and a half of water. Now, I just have water, purified water that I've had sitting out. You don't want it cold, you don't want it hot. Unless you're doing a hot crust, which we're not doing. So I'm adding it a little bit, I'm just letting it go a little bit, and then I'm going to add about 1 to 2 teaspoons of salt. Got it. We have an itty bitty baby spoon here, so how many of these do you think I should do?
2.
2.
You already did 2.
I did 2. And now I'm going to add the water. This is a really simple dough. You can actually use this for a lot of different things that you can come up with. Today we're going to be making a pretzel, but you could use it to make a roll, or you could use it to make focaccia bread. You could use it to make pizza.
Use it to make bread.
Bread. And we're at the food show, the U.S. food show in Atlantic City. I don't know if you guys saw the pictures on our Instagram, but there's a pretzel, like they call it the German pretzel. It's like this big. Can you go check that for a moment? The German pretzel is like this big, and it's so delicious. It looks so amazing, and I wanted one. So obviously I had to come home and make pretzels, and I'm like, oh yay, it's National Pretzel Day, so we can celebrate National Pretzel Day with you. We're going to be making, what? Hi. What? Oh, do you have to do it now? No, it's okay, just leave it. We'll just let it roll. If you guys are getting interruptions on live stream, we really apologize, but you can click over to our Facebook page, and we're on Facebook Live also. You can go there and check it out. We thank you guys for tuning in, whatever way it is that you do tune in. If you are enjoying the show or you have any questions for us, just pop them up on the screen and we'll get back to you on those. Alright, so I've got my dough mixing. Can you hear that or no? Can you hear the little slapping sound? It's very low. Once you hear that little slapping sound, that means you've got all of the dough incorporated, and that's time to take it away. So please stop. So once we're going to finish this up, actually, Sophia, I'll use this bowl. I don't need that one, so you can take that one away. Thank you, baby. So we've got our bowl of dough. Regular dough, not dough, not money dough. We got regular dough. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to take off my rings, but I'm just going to show you, Sophia and I are going to show you how nice and soft this dough is. Are your hands clean?
Yeah.
Let me see. Are you sure? Because you know Ariana doesn't like undirty hands, right?
Yeah.
I love that. The girl who washes her hands. Our dough is nice and sticky. Very sticky. You see that? It's really sticky. So now what we're going to do is we're going to roll it out into our pretzel shapes. But first, we have to prepare a place for our pretzels. It's like preparing a place. Some of the words I say, sometimes I'm like, I got that from church, didn't I? Prepare a place for you. And actually, our matching t-shirts that Sophia and I have on today, grab your Bible. You can get them under the acetate. We're going to, we got our t-shirts from Chasing the Wind Apparel, so thank you guys for sending us these t-shirts. Sophia and I have matching one. The boys have matching ones that are really awesome. But if you go to their Instagram or their Facebook pages, you can check it out and you can place your order there. We don't receive anything from it. We just really love the company. We love what they're doing. And I just really like the designs that she makes. I just think she's brilliant. Sophia we have matching. And it says John 15:13, and Sophia's going to read it for us. write out of her Bible with what in it?
Red letters.
Red letters. We love the red letters. While she, oh, what? You still need to look? John 15:13. While she's doing that, I've got about 6 cups of water boiling in my Westbend, and I'm going to add, where's my, tablespoon of baking soda. Had to think about it for a second. Baking soda. This is what they do in the restaurant industry. In a concession supply, they either do baking soda or honey. And I know, right? That's the ring. And that gives it that nice dark crust on the outside.
Can
Sure. Get the. Here, you could just use this because I don't need it.
you can read it.
No, you're gonna read it. You're gonna read it. She's trying to get out of reading it. Go ahead, put that in there. It's gonna bubble up a little bit, and you hear that little sizzle, and then we're just gonna put the top right back on. Okay, so this is the water bath for the pretzels that we're gonna use. Go ahead, baby girl. She's gonna read to you John 15:13, right?
Greater love has no one than friend if you do what I command. Oopsie, I read the wrong one.
Can you read it again?
You read it.
15:13. No, you're gonna read it.
Oh,
15:13. Ready?
That's
Where is it?
13. I missed
I
it.
can't see
It's
with
right
my
there.
glasses. Okay, read. Greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friend. So that's what agape love means. That's the kind of love that Jesus has for us. And that's why he went to the cross. Agape, right here. So when you celebrated Easter and we're making pretzels, we're celebrating National Pretzel Day, but the pretzel actually came from the eunuchs or the monks that made the pretzels in response to the children saying their prayers. It was a treat for them to get after they said their prayers, and the pretzel represented their hands in this shape when they were praying. So if you look it up online, you can read the history of the pretzel. It's very interesting. But what we're going to do for you now is we're going to roll them out. So Sophia's going to roll some dough. And if you guys get bored, or you don't want to see us roll out dough, or you don't think we're funny enough, or whatever, that's okay. You can click over and go watch something else and then come back to see the rest of it. All I have here is a piece.
Acetate.
Yeah, a piece of acetate, and I'm using this instead of our plastic wrap. But what I'm going to do is wet it down first. I want to clean it, and then Sophia's going to dry it with a towel. Dry that with a towel. And then we're actually just going to put a little bit of olive oil on it, and we're going to get it ready so that we can roll the dough. Now, if you want to, you could take this down to your table or whatever. The reason why we're using this is because gluten-free dough is very sticky. Well, a lot of regular doughs are actually sticky. So, and we have the cracks in our granite because we have granite tile. So we don't want the dough to stick in there. It makes it a lot easier for us to get it in and out. I'm holding it.
No,
I'm holding it.
Here.
It is away from the, don't worry.
No, it's not. That's not what I'm doing. I'm trying to make sure it's all covered.
All right, so you ready, Sophia? All right, so I'm just going to lay on a little bit of, yep, with your hands. Just do lightly, honey. And we're going to put the dough right onto here. Where, are you ready for me? Or not yet? Now, without our helper, Jeremiah, we may have some technical difficulties. We may have a little bit of a crooked camera. We might have pretty bad lighting or whatever. I'm apologizing now. I don't need emails and responses that say blah, 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 blah. We don't really need that, so don't worry about it. Dough cutter. So what we're going to do is we just put our dough out, and as you can see, it's kind of very blotchy. So we need to get it into pieces, and we need to roll it into that snake rope and get it ready for pretzels. So Sophia's going to divide it into maybe 12 pieces. I really want to make one big pretzel like I saw at the pretzel show. I mean at the food show, because that's what I want.
Wait, we should do 2 pieces then.
No, let's do 4 or 6 and we'll make big pretzels, okay? That's going to be way too big, I think. I like little things.
But you
like
just said
big
you wanted to
stuffings.
make a big thing.
I know, but I don't want that big of a pretzel. All right, so we're going to roll it out on the acetate.
You want it in 6? We'll cut it.
No, it's okay. Just keep going. We can always cut it when we get there. Now, if you've ever gone to the mall and you see Auntie Anne's, they roll the dough, roll the dough. It's so much fun to watch them do it. There was a place we used to go to in Philadelphia in the Reading Market, and they used to roll the pretzels and do like a dance and make the fudge and do all this fun stuff. It was so cool.
The candy store?
No, it's not there anymore. It used to be on the corner there. It was really cool. Now we just go to Fox and Sons because they have delicious food.
And the candy store.
For Jeremiah and the candy store. All right, so we're just rolling the dough.
Delicious
This over
candy
here.
for Sophia.
Sophia, just roll the dough, honey. Don't try to make crumb. Don't try to make It's a little bit hard when you don't tape down your acetate or your plastic wrap because it will roll with you. So you want to go against it or you want to go away from it and hold it with your hip. So we're going to do, are we really going to make a big pretzel like this?
Oh, I'm making a big
So we're rolling it out, and with that olive oil, that helps it from sticking to our hands. It helps it from getting, stuck to the acetate. And you want to really make it so it's an even rope. We don't want a rope that's like thick in one part and thin in the other, because then one part will burn and the other part will be really overcooked, and we don't want that.
You mean raw?
Did I say that?
You said burnt and
burnt and overcooked. Burnt and raw, that's what I meant. So we've got it nice into our rope. What do you think about this? Is this big enough? This is like the regular size of Auntie Anne's pretzel. Too what? Too big? Really? You think so? Gluten-free grandma says too big. Now, we don't really have a lot of food for her today, so we're in big trouble. Big trouble.
So
And
this
gluten-free
is how
dad's
you
not
make
home.
a pretzel.
We're safe.
Go like
All right,
this.
hold on. Let me move this out of the way.
Twist it.
You better put that down before it breaks.
Go down. And then you go like that. And you go like that.
That's a nice pretzel. You got to hold that up and show everybody. Turn it around. Nice. Look at that beautiful pretzel. Why don't you go up a little closer, honey? All right, let me get going on my pretzel because I want to make it big. That is beautiful. Now, the next part about that pretzel, we're going to let it sit for just a moment, but we're going to dip that into our water bath.
Now I'll make some.
Hold on. Can you just let me finish mine, and then you can do the small ones?
Look at how big it is. Yay.
I want to just make sure I get my dough. Okay? I want to make sure I get it even. I get an even roll. But you see how fun this is? I mean, it's a rainy, cold, really cold day in New Jersey. Not happy about that. That's why I have my sweater on. But this is a fun day to make pretzels, right, Gluten-Free Grandma? It's a good day to make pretzels. All right, so now I'm going to twist and lay. You can do a second twist in the middle if you want. And then you can shape it. No, just wait, please. Just wait. I wanted you to wait because I want to just get mine dough. And what they talked about making pretzels, it used to be your thumbprint on the pretzel, and that's kind of how you knew it was yours. And then you have a beautiful, beautiful pretzel. Look at that. Look at that beautiful pretzel. Now, when I'm ready, I'm going to put it in this water bath, and then I'm going to put it right onto a baking sheet with parchment paper. So, Sophia, I need you to get Mommy that baking sheet. And I'll put it over here for now. So I've got the water bath boiling with the baking powder in it, baking soda in it, and I'm going to just drop this in. Normally I would let this sit and possibly even sit in the freezer for like 20 minutes. Thank you, honey. Parchment too. So I would possibly let that sit in the freezer for like 20 minutes to harden up. So we'll see what happens in here, but hopefully all is well. So I've got the parchment baking sheet ready. Maybe, yeah. Depends on how big of a pretzel you want.
Well, how small?
And I'm going to let that cook for a little bit. What, baby?
Dreamers, is that a good size, Dreamers?
Too small.
Too small?
Think so, yeah.
I just cut it into half like I just did with that one.
Alright, well, this looks like a good size. I don't know.
That's the same size.
Alright, it looked a little different. So maybe you could, obviously if you were making a production line of pretzels, you would have to weigh them out and make sure they were the same amount of ounces. This may be about 3 to 4 ounces. So just in case you're going to weigh yours. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because we have one giant one. That's actually not as big as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be huge. But I could have rolled it out thinner and made one big giant pretzel. But see, those pretzels that you see in, whether it's, we have the German butcher here who has those big German pretzels, they're split wide open. Those are made with a beer batter normally and a high gluten flour. So that flour just puffs up. You probably only need 2 or 3 ingredients in there. Plus it has the eggs to give it that fluffiness. So a lot of the time that's just a high gluten flour, a really high gluten dough, and it gives it that beautiful, not only the texture, but that nice outer golden. It gives it that, and it's gorgeous. So my pretzels start to float, so I'm going to take it out now. And it's still giant. I need like a way bigger spatula to get this out of here. I'm going to take it out. Well, I don't want it to break, so let me go get a bigger spatula.
Or 2 spatulas.
Or 2. I need that big round thing, Sophia. No, I don't see it. Alright, let me just do my best to get it out of here. So once your pretzel floats, you can take it out. It's only maybe about 2 minutes. There we go. Gonna put it down here. And then I'm gonna do Sophia's. I'm gonna toss her pretzel in there. And then we're gonna get these into the oven for about 22 to 35 minutes. It depends on obviously the size, obviously the thickness of the pretzel, and this could take a while. So this one's actually really big, and it might take a while, right? This is going to be my pretzel salad. So we talked a little bit about what we're making. I wanted to make a pretzel salad.
You did?
And, I just broke my pretzel. Man, just broke my pretzel. I just put my thumb right through it. It'll be okay. So I wanted to make a pretzel salad. So what it is like you make a big pretzel, and then you put little salad fixings in it. And at the food show, we saw it with mozzarella, roasted peppers, artichokes, and all this amazing stuff. And I'm like, I want that. So it was like an antipasto charcuterie bar. It was amazing. So I'm like, I'm just going to make that when I get home. And then I'm like, oh, the flour is $12, and that would make 1 pretzel. So I would be making one $12 pretzel probably. But this will be my substitute, and I'll have my little salad with that. But it was really cool because you could pull apart. So instead of having like that Italian loaf of bread, you had a pretzel, and you had mozzarella, roasted peppers, artichokes, salad, balsamic dip, and it was just very, very cool. So my big pretzel I'm going to put in the oven as soon as Sophia's is up. Hers is up. Hers is huge too. Oh my goodness. Hers is very chubby, I should say. So this chubby pretzel is going to have to probably stay in the oven a little bit longer. That's a chubby pretzel, right? All right, I'm going to go put these in. The oven is on 425. So I'm going to put these in now, and Sophia's going to keep rolling. Now, the other very cool thing that we used to do when we were younger is we made, chubby pretzel. We used to make pretzel dogs. So we used to make them because I used to take the kids.
That was because we have no
Hold on. We used to take the kids to the pretzel factory after school, and they would get a pretzel dog. I don't know if you've ever seen these. Do you remember this? When Jeremiah was little. Sophia was probably too little she didn't eat pretzel dogs at all. It was a hot dog wrapped in pretzel dough and then baked in the oven. Now, obviously, these were pre-frozen and all that kind of stuff, so they're going to be a little bit different of consistency. But we have Knusler chicken dogs, so I thought we could make some pretzel dogs. What do you think? Alrighty, so we have our dough sitting over here.
You made extra dough?
I made the
How
dough.
dare you? You
Why?
didn't tell me.
Why?
Oh
Don't
my
have to tell you.
goodness.
Why? Does it matter?
No.
So I'm going to open these hot dogs over by the sink because there's a little bit of water in there. I'm going to, unless you want to do that for Mommy. I'm going to open those. And we're going to make sure those hot dogs are dry. So I'm going to have to ask gluten-free Grandma to do me a favor. Can I have some paper towel? All right, Sophia made some more pretzels. Look, these are really cute. These are like a hard pretzel, like those kind. I'm going to dip those right into the water. Sophia, I'm going to need another baking sheet with parchment paper on it for your pretzels. And these are going to go in the oven. So if you're thinking of like, oh my gosh, all that work to make pretzels, you tell me the last time you had a soft pretzel. Thank you, gluten-free Grandma. A nice allergen-free soft pretzel that is...
And it's not a lot of work, it's fun.
And you can make the pretzels up ahead of time. Okay, so this is what we did twice so far. Once we made the pretzels, baked them, and then froze them, right, Sophia? And then when we wanted it, we toasted it in the oven. That came out really good. The next time I made the pretzels and we froze them, and then we baked them when we wanted them, I didn't like them as much because they took a lot longer, and I don't feel like waiting, and I just want my pretzel. So that was too long of a process for me because sometimes they could take up to 40 minutes in the oven if they're not getting nice and golden brown like you want them to. And then you can kind of, we're going to do the toppings and all those side things that we really like to do. So these pretzels are actually already starting to float, so I'm wondering if they're a little bit lighter. Maybe, I don't know. But that's okay, because we're going to get started on our next batch of pretzel dogs. We're going to make pretzel dogs. Now, pretzel dogs are like so American. Oh, I wanted you to put them in a bowl. Sorry. Hold on 1 second. Let me get this. So, too bad Jeremiah's not here to have a pretzel dog, because he would really like that. Sophia. So, pretzel dogs are fun because you can wrap them up. You can really do your own thing to it. You know, you can put cheese inside. You can put bacon inside. I'm not going to do anything too crazy because we are putting these right into the oven. So I don't want a huge disaster in the oven. But you can actually freeze them, make them, freeze them, and then you can just hit them in the deep fryer, which is amazing. And that's how we did them last time. So we don't want you to miss out on anything. When you see something in the store or you see something that you used to have when you were little, we don't want you to miss out on that. You dancing with the dogs? Dancing with the dogs.
I like fingers.
Okay, put your dogs down here.
Or like a nose.
Pinocchio nose. All right, put your dogs down, dry them off, and then you're going to roll out a dough. All right, did you get me a sheet with parchment? No, I got it.
Oh, sorry.
I got it. See, we're
They're
missing
dry.
Jeremiah. We don't know what to do without Jeremiah.
They're
But if you
dry.
guys, all right, just a second. Put them down,
Having a
please.
dog face.
Stop, you're going to break one. Stop. All right, I'm just going to take out these pretzels and I'm going to put them on the baking sheet. I'm going to give them a little flip. Make sure they're all sides get wet. This baking soda is going to give them a nice crunchy
Oh
outer.
my goodness, what happened to this dough?
What do you mean what happened?
It keeps breaking.
Oh, does it? That's okay. We'll fix it. You always can fix the dough. Don't worry.
Mr.
No, don't work it too hard. All right, so I'm taking the pretzels out. I'm putting them on the baking sheet. They've already got their water bath, so they're ready to go. You can do honey or maple syrup if you want to. If you don't want to do the baking soda. All right, these puffy bears are going into the oven. Hopefully, right? Sophia, did you put the timer on or no?
No.
Okay. I just put 22. I have no idea. Okay.
Why do you need to put them in the water bath?
That's just part of the process of boiling them first. You boil the dough first, and then it's like a bagel. You boil it first,
like
and
a
then
towel too.
yeah. Well, the tadals you boil and then bake, same thing. All right. So we're going to do pretzel dogs. That's too much dough. So let's cut them up. Can you put it back on the circle, please? Thank you. All right. So we have 4. We're gonna do 6, 8. Okay. But we'll only do 2 dogs right now. So put the rest of the dough in here. You can leave it separate though, honey. So we're going to roll out a nice patch of dough, of our pretzel dough.
Like
In a rope, yep. We're going to roll the ropes. We're going to roll our snakes. I'm sure the monks or the eunuchs would not say these were snake ropes because that's not good, right? But we're going to roll this out. Now you can also do
the Trinity too.
What?
The pretzel with the Trinity.
Yeah. It was, and there's a prayer that goes with it, which I don't remember the prayer, but. All right, so here's our rope. This is going to go around our dog, our diggity dog. So you could just take it and start at the top and roll your way around. And this will be a nice, sure. This will be a nice pretzel dog. Now these we're not going to dip into the water, so we'll probably get more of a dry crack than we will a soft pretzel. But you could just do that. I want you to break it. I want you to break it too. It's getting soft, I can feel it. Yeah, Sophia, you agree?
What?
It's getting soft.
Sure.
The dough. Then you can actually roll it with the hot dog and kind of firm it up a little bit, but then you'll lose your ribbon like texture that you have. So there's our pretzel dog. Now this is kind of like when you go to the pretzel factory, this is like what you would get. So we're not boiling these, we're going to spray them with a little bit of baking soda water. Wow, you really lost your definition there.
I know
Look
that
at
because
that.
I rolled it.
Yeah. You can do an egg wash on them if you want. You can do olive oil if you want. We're going to just spray them with our pizza water. This is baking soda and water, just like that. And then we're going to put these right into the oven at 425. So you can keep rolling, honey. I'm going to try to put these in there right along with the regular pretzels. I'm really taking chances opening this oven up though. Too bad Jeremiah can't see mommy. I'm sweating it out over here. Alright, Sophia's going to continue to make pretzels or pretzel dogs. So, what do you guys like better? Do you like pretzel or do you like a pretzel dog? Which one do you think you'd rather have? Because I think that a pretzel dog would be a great lunch, or you can carry it around kind of and eat it. And a pretzel would be a nice snack. What do you think, Sophia? You're doing really good with pretzels now. Guys, see her rolling her rope out? She's doing good. Aww, you cracked your rope. This dough is a little bit softer than the other one. They're two different flours. So I'm not going to say which is which. If you want to ask me privately, you can message me and I will tell you. But I'm not going to say it on live. So if you have any questions regarding the dough, this is a different kind of dough. It has a lot of, I want to say like white rice flour in it,
Okay,
which
maybe
causes
I
a lot
should
of that
make
breakage.
thicker.
Just do it again and do it right here.
Yeah, make it
And you can do it right onto the parchment paper. You want to do it right onto the parchment paper? After you roll it, you could shape it right on the parchment paper. So you have a little tricky dough here, which is good for you guys to see this, the difference in the doughs. And Sophia can actually just make her pretzel right onto the parchment paper. There you go. She's got her little technique now. And you see those people, Auntie Anne's, they could take that rope and they could sling it and probably hit you with it. And it'll come right back to them with all that gluten in it. But we don't have that option here, so we're going to do it this way. Do you want me to boil them, or you want? I'll wait until you get 2 or 3 because I could fit like 4 in here. You don't want to crowd them because then they might stick together and then they get all gooey. And if you have a dough where you start to see it like come apart in your water, you might want to take it out and add a little bit more flour. It depends on the dough proportions that you have. I can't say because I don't know which one you're using, but you could use the Namaste. You could use a Bob's Red Mill. Both of those flours work really well with the pretzel. You could use the Really Great Food Company all-purpose flour. And there's one other one, but I think it has milk in it. So if you have a dairy allergy, don't use that. The Cup for Cup has milk in it. Oh, they do have a new one without the milk, so I'm not really sure. So she's doing a good job. She's got her pretzels going. She's even got her thumbprint in there, and I'll show you guys that real quick. Let me show you that, Sophia. So when we had our business on the boardwalk, pretzels were like a main component. We had the big pretzel machine and we just kept filling it up day after day after day with pretzels and churros. And the pretzels, we had a bunch of different dips for. Look how pretty her pretzels are. Go ahead.
That looks horrible.
Alright, so we've got Sophia's pretzels there. Can you guys see that? They look good, right? Maybe down a little bit lower. I don't want them to fall off the can.
No, you're good. You're
Pretzels look good, gluten-free, Grandma? What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
Now, these pretzels still have to get boiled. So I'm going to put them in the boiling water, and then I'm going to let Sophia get started on the... You can let gluten-free Grandma do that one, and I'll get started on the... Are you serious right now? Really? You just rolled 5 pretzels all by yourself. She doesn't want to let you do it. So not nice, Sophia. So I'm going to dunk these pretzels in the water.
I always start going. Once you turn the machine
Once you
on,
get going,
you
you're
can't
going.
stop.
Okay. Once we start the machine, we can't stop. Gluten-free Grandma might want to roll a pretzel, though. Alright, we're boiling the last of them. Now make sure you keep your water rolling boil. The West Bend is the best for that electric because it just keeps going. I feel like on the stove it doesn't really do that. I don't know. But this keeps it going nice. And I'm keeping it at 400 so you guys can see the steam continually coming. So that's what we want. We want a nice steam bath for our pretzels. A double wrap. Nice. And we'll get those 2 in as soon as we're done. Let me get these off of here. And then Sophia's going to take away all this. I don't want that. Go clean up. Take that with you. We're going to take away our piece of acetate and we can wash this off. Actually, Sophie, give me the sponge. I'll do it quick. We can kind of take this off here. You can wash it while you're doing it right after you're done, I guess is the best thing to do. But you want to make sure that you roll it up when it's dry. So if you have to just let it sit out for a little bit. Because if you roll it up when it's wet, you're going to get a lot of like mold on it. You don't want that. They do have like the baker's mats. You could use one of those. The baker's mats are available Yeah, I don't really like it. They're available like on Amazon or through the restaurant supply, Johnson's, places like that. You can get them. If you have to order it, you can order it. Sophia, put this away for now, please. Just go lay it over the chair or something. Give it to Grandma. Go with Grandma. She can do it. And then we're going to get boiling on our next. Sophia's going to get started on the toppings. Now this is where it gets good. Not wet. The toppings get good, right, Sophia? So this is a little bit of a whiter dough. That one I just broke.
Yep.
And it has a little bit more rice flour and cornstarch in it, so that's probably why it's looking like that. So we're going to just turn those over and get them going. This one's breaking. That's okay, though. And this one's good. Touch your hands, honey. It's hot.
There's no eggs in this, right?
Nope.
So you can eat this just boiled.
This one's hot, but I don't think you'd want to because it doesn't taste very good, just boiled dough. I'm going to put the last two in, and Sophie, you get started on our toppings, honey.
That one's most likely going to break.
Don't say that. Get started on our toppings. Let's go. All right, so we were choosing a few toppings, and we're going to share those with you. What do you need? Where's your apron?
No.
Put your apron on. No? All right. So we've got a couple really cool, you didn't want to get them, so I went to go get them.
I didn't know where they
You
were.
didn't want to get them, so I went to go get them.
I was asking you where they were, and you didn't answer me.
Over there, I said.
Oh, I didn't.
Get some bowls to put this stuff in.
Yes, they're up there.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not. Here, we could use this one. All right, so we're going to. We're going to use a few different toppings. So we have.
No, it's not. That's gold paint.
This is amazing. I don't know if you guys have ever used this Tasmanian sea salt, flake sea salt. You can't use a lot. It's so super salty, but it's so amazing. We've got some cheese we saved from Gaia.
It's like ice.
We've got cinnamon and sugar. What would you like to put in the bowls?
Could we make a frosting with sprinkles?
No.
Yeah.
You said honey mustard. Let's make honey mustard.
Yeah, honey mustard.
I don't want to
We
make
gotta do
frosting and
two
sprinkles.
sweet
It's
and
gross.
sweet. Two savories and sweet. Frosting with sprinkles and pretzels is delicious.
Ugh. Chocolate.
It's delicious.
Chocolate.
No.
Chocolate. All right. Well, you pick one, and I pick another.
Frosting, sprinkles.
What kind of frosting? Well, I don't know, because you don't know.
Raspberry.
You don't even have it ready yet. You don't even know what you're doing.
I
Okay, we're done with our water bath. I prepared mine for my toppings. She did it. So now, she's got to go run around and get her stuff because she doesn't know what she's doing. All right, so we've got cinnamon and sugar. We've got Tasmanian sea salt, flake salt. This is so good if you guys get a chance to buy this. We actually got this at Home Goods. We did find this in the restaurant supply store in a larger bag that we weren't really wanting a big, huge bag. So we just got this because it's like 8 or 6 ounces. Can't remember how much this is. This is from Australia. And this is going to be good. The last time I had the Italian flake sea salt, that was totally incredible. Today we just have this one. So I'm just going to move this out of the way for now so I don't get, so I can make some space actually.
Mom, let me go raspberry.
Oh, I don't know, honey. And I'm going to get started on my salad for my pretzel because that's what I'm having. I'm going to move these out of the way. These have to get baked. What are you about?
The raspberry.
Oh, yeah. So you make yours, I'll make mine. I'm going to make just like a nice little tossed salad. You guys know how much I love my salad and pizza, salad and pretzel, salad and whatever.
Wait. I'm going to make you close your eyes, and you're going to go up. So close your eyes.
Okay, close my eyes.
Pick a bottle. Pick a bottle.
By closing my eyes?
Yes, you just tap
I
it.
want to smell it.
You gotta tap it.
Where is it? Where? Show me where the two of them are. They're here and here? Okay, so. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe, catch a piggy by the toe. If he hollers, let him go. I don't know the rest of the song.
My mother says you pick
This one.
It's okay. You pick lemon.
Yay! I pick lemon. Alright, let me see if I can get this open. When Jeremiah's not here, I can't open any of the cans. Get it, Sophia, get it.
Don't try this at home, ladies.
Don't try this at home. of roasted red peppers. I don't usually buy them in a jar, but I'll try them today. Thank you. She's got some kind of magical powers. I can't get it. I can't.
Hit it some more.
I can't get it.
Gimme.
Cannot get this. Don't break the glass or the
This one,
bottom.
maybe.
Let me see something else. Here, let me see this. I can't get it. Somebody come over and open this for me. I'm gonna leave it right here until you get here, okay? You just come and open this for me, okay? I'm gonna leave it there. All right, let me get my salad ready. All right, I'm gonna do just a little bit of mixed greens. Sophia's doing powdered sugar, of course. Jeremiah's not here. She's gotta take his place with the powdered sugar.
Oh yeah.
Yucky.
Making you proud, buddy.
Hey, Bobby, if you're watching, we miss you. You want to give us a little heart on the bottom? Or you want to give us a little comment like, good job, Pia? So we continue to do our show even in times of peril when we have nobody else with us except for me and gluten-free grandma and Sophia. Right, gluten-free grandma? Times of peril.
The dark ages.
The dark ages. Alright, so all I have here is a little bit of greens. I've got frisee, I have romaine,
Frisee.
and I have the oak, what's that? Red
Oak leaf.
oak leaf, yeah, I love that. And I have roasted peppers, so. But I'm going to go get my olives.
Where's the tape measure?
I've got some black olives. I have all kinds of different olives, but today I'm just going to use the black ones. I don't want to drive you guys nuts with all the olives. Just going to put a little bit of olives in there. Somebody's calling. I don't know who it is, but if you're calling to tell us how to open the jar, we'd appreciate that. Well, we can't answer the phone, so you got to actually tell us on the bottom. Just leave it, Sophia. It'll end when it's done. All right, I'm going to just toss my salad a little bit and break up my lettuce. Okay. You can say hi. Hi, everybody. Thanks for tuning in today to ABC Gluten Free. We're making pretzels. Thank you for joining us, whether you're on Facebook or live stream. We hope you guys BYOM. Right? Oh my gosh, Sophia. No.
I didn't do half the butter.
Now, if you didn't BYOM, then you need to bring your own toppings because we're making homemade pretzels today.
BYOT.
Bring your own toppings, yeah. So I've got my lettuce here. I'm just going to kind of cut a little bit of my... I'm going to cut some of my little toppings that I have.
Do we have a lemon?
I don't know, honey. You should have prepared this earlier. My cutting board, too much water, that's too much.
It's never.
That's way too much. It's going to be so loose. You only need like a drop of water. Alright, I've got olives. I guess actually I'll leave them whole.
Okay.
I'm going to try to open this again. Let me go get my little scrunchy thing. Get my little scrunchy thing and try. Nope, I can't get it. Ugh. I hope somebody knocks on the door. Oh, I got it! Yay! I got it. Got it open. Yay. Okay, I'm going to cut up a little bit of the roasted peppers into just...
You want to tell them about your mayonnaise?
Tell them about what?
Your mayonnaise.
What? Yes, I am. So, yesterday we had a really great day. We had Ariana with us and we had a fun day. But I heard a little voice tell me to go to Walmart. And there it was, my mayo, just mayo. 4 jars. And we took them home.
We took 5.
We took 5, sorry. So
There's 2 left, people.
We got a lot of comments about that, and we appreciate you guys asking. We did contact Just Mayo and ask them what was going on. They said the production will be up and running again. So if you can't find it in your store, just keep calling, keep asking your grocery store manager to put it in stock, and hopefully you'll get it. I mean, we can't find it for months now. It's no ShopRite, Wegmans, Walmart, nothing. And it was like so upsetting. Because we like to have chicken salad, egg salad, tuna salad, eggless egg salad, which is really yummy. And that was upsetting. We couldn't find it. So tuna was tuna. All right, so Sophia's got her stuff going over here. Are we gonna do cinnamon and sugar? Cinnamon and sugar? All right. Well, now the cinnamon and sugar you can actually put on before you bake the pretzel. So I'm gonna go sprinkle a little bit of that on while Sophia talks to you about what she's doing. Keep going.
I'm mushing the balls of powdered sugar.
Mushing the balls of powdered sugar is not really what you're doing. You're mixing.
Mushing.
You're mushing and mixing. I'm going to go warm up this little bit of cheese
this
right
is
here.
how you see if it's a good thickness. Beautiful. Take your fingers, go back a spoon, and if it stays where you put your fingers, then it's good.
I'm going to heat up this day of cheese for us.
Now I need the sprinkles.
Oopsie, did I make a mess? If you put a lot in there, I'm going to not be happy with you because that's too much junk, too much sugar. All right, so I wish they would sell this separately. I know that day it doesn't yet, but sometimes we'll just buy the packet just so we can get the cheese inside. So today we did that, and we have the cheese for our pretzels. Now you could melt the cheese yourself, but it does have a coating around it that kind of inhibits it from getting too melted. So you might have to add a little bit of like coconut oil or something with it. All right, so we're just squeezing out the rest of our cheese from our bag here. Sophia's making lunettes with her pretzels and sprinkles.
Which is delicious. Done. Amazing.
I'm just gonna actually add,
Done.
excuse me, honey. I was gonna add a little bit of mustard to this, but I think I'll wait. I'm gonna just do cheese sauce.
I was wondering what that cheese
Sophie, can you get out the balsamic vinegar, please?
Put on the-
So we just melted that little bit of day that we have there.
Can you have this banana?
No, can you get the one I made, please?
Where's the one
In the
Oh,
fridge.
the one you
So we just got a little bit of cheese sauce there. Pretzels and cheese are so good. Now you could add a little bit of your gluten-free beer to this and have a cheese beer, which is very, very popular right now. Thank you, honey. But I think I'm just going to leave it as is. It's a nice little creamy cheese there.
Mama, where's the honey?
It's right over there, baby girl, and you probably have to put that thing, you probably have to melt some in here. Sophia's got her frosting and sprinkles.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. I've got the cheese. She's going to do some
Can I
honey.
put that in there quick?
Sure. She's going to do some honey mustard, which is probably our favorite. So we probably should do a lot more. And I really want to have my chipotle mayo, which is my favorite too.
Go ahead and use that for me.
I don't feel like making it though, because we're actually running out of time, and we don't want you to go without seeing the beautiful pretzels. So I'll probably take them out even if they're not done, just to show you, so that you guys can walk away with some vision of excitement as to make this recipe your own and to take it and maybe create it later today or this weekend. Because if you have flour and you have yeast, you have water, you have oil, all of these things are probably in your pantry already. This stuff you can just do whatever you like, whatever comes to mind for you, whatever's in your fridge. So don't limit it to what we're doing. I've got my flake sea salt, and I'm actually going to open this up and get it ready, because when the pretzels come out, I want to spray them a little bit and get the salt on if you want a salted pretzel. But not on all of them. I'm just going to put them on some. So,
The milk attacks me.
I need my scissors, which I don't have. Let me use my teeth. I'm just going to use my teeth. Sophia, could you get the scissors for Mommy over there? Thank you. Sophia's going to melt that honey with some mustard. I know the dinger's going off. I know. I'm going to get it in a second. So I'm going to actually just cut open this salt and get it ready. You don't want to salt your pretzel before you put it in the oven, because that'll draw all the moisture out, and your pretzel will probably be kind of dry. So you don't want to do that. All right, let me go get those. Sophia, make room for Mommy, please.
much of each?
I don't know. I eyeball it.
You just eyeball it, right?
Mhm.
I'm going to spray my pretzels one more time because they've been sitting for a little bit. Since I only put the top oven on, they sat out. So I'm going to spray them one more time so they're nice and moist. Sophie, I'm coming over with hot. No, stay right where you are, please. Alright, so we've got our pretzels are out. Some of them are good, some of them are not so good. So here's mine that I broke. See my big giant pretzel that I broke?
Yum.
Still looks good though, right? This is Sophia's beautiful pretzel that she made. Ooh, it's hot. See that? Her beautiful pretzel that she made. And then, oh, it's really hot. Here's our pretzel dogs. See the other side's cracking, that's a little bit too dry of a dough. But the back side looks really good, right? That looks yummy. So I would probably just serve it like that. And then we've got these other pretzels here. They could go in the oven a little bit longer. They're not so much done yet. You can see that color. It's not all the way done yet, so they need to go back in. So I'm going to put those four back in. 2-2 what?
2-2.
2-2 what?
2 of 2. Never mind. Means 2 of 2.
I'll actually put those in later because it's almost time for us to go. So what I'm going to do now is plate our pretzels.
This is 2019.
Alright, I'm going to put the pretzel on here.
Did you do the salt?
I didn't do the salt because I'm just going to maybe sprinkle a little bit on the top. Going to do a little bit of salt on the top. I want to do my salad in there, but then I want to share it with everybody, so I don't know if they're going to want that. So I'll just leave it.
I'll eat it.
You'll eat it like that? Alright, so it's time for our napkins. Can you please put that away for now? Listen to me. Put it away. All the way over there. All the way over. Because it's time to go. So you have to choose your dip for your pretzel. Move that out too. Move this out too. Take that away. Take this away. And this too. Okay. Alright, so we've got to clean up our space a little bit. So it's time for our napkins. We don't need the forks necessarily, although I'm going to need it for my salad. And we've got our little Valley Mellow napkins that we absolutely love. Pass that to me, Mers, please. And then we're going to just show you our delicious pretzel. On the inside, it still could cook a little bit longer. We want it to cook all the way through and be nice and fluffy. We've got, here, we're going to share this plate. Alright, well we're going to share this. Just put it on here for now. So we're just going to want to try, we just want to try one little thing. I'll do the salad later, but what do you want to try for our pretzel? Honey mustard frosting or cheese? I'm going to do the day of cheese. I'm going to have pretzel with cheese. This has to cook a little bit longer. I'm going to put them back in. So 32 minutes was not enough. So make sure you just check your oven. You're going to eat more. It's hot, right? But I really like it with the cheese. The salt is really, really salty. Like you swallow the ocean. I love that, but you guys might not like that, so. Alright.
Pinky.
Pinky? No, I'll dip it. A little bit.
Do you want to?
Frosting with sprinkles. Why are you doing that?
Because you don't eat sprinkles.
I don't eat that either. Oh, that's good. I like the sweet with the salty. That's good. Alright, thank you for your help today. It's time to go.
You're welcome. Thank you for your help.
Thank you guys for tuning in today. We made you some pretzels. We made some pretzel dogs, which we're going to follow up with you on these later. We'll post the recipe for you. And we'll give you a little bit of tips and tricks so that you don't have this happen. This was the one dough, remember what I said, and this was the other. So look at the difference. What do you want in your pretzel dog? This was the Namaste flour. I will tell you that. I'm not going to tell you which one this was. So, you guys tune in next week. Hopefully we'll be well equipped. Jeremiah will not be home yet, but we'll probably try to get a little bit more organized before we start, right? And we hope you guys enjoyed the show today. We want you to come taste and see how good it is to be gluten-free. Thank you, Sophia, for your help.
Ciao.
Mwah. Thank you, Gluten-Free Grandma, for your help. And guess who's got to do the cards today? We do. Sophie, you want to read? Aprons by REM Designs. What does this say?
Website.
Wardrobe by
Chasing the Wind Apparel. Check them out on Instagram. You guys will love their stuff. Is this Hair by Body Blends? Hair by Satinique. Makeup by Artistry. Ta-da! The next one? What does it
Follow
say?
us on livestream.com, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and Pinterest at ABC Gluten Free.
Any more websites to follow? You might go crazy, right?
Thank you to our pantry partners and
And Fridge Friends. Thank you guys for, if you want any information on sponsorship, just email us at abcglutenfree@gmail.com. ABC Gluten Free is a production of
American Bads.
All recipes are, what does that say?
And ideas on property
Of the above stated. Okay, guys, have a great day. Have a delicious weekend. Ciao for now. Sophia, say
Ciao.
bye.
Bye.
I have to go shut the camera off myself.
Arrivederci.
All by myself.
Bye.
Hi, Robert Martin. We miss you. Say hi to Daddy.
Hi, Daddy.
Hi, Tina. Thank you, Kelly, for watching. We'll see you guys later. Let us know any questions you have. Ciao.